We're going to start off with bright lights tonight. We have our principal, Jason Sadowski from Butler Middle School here, probably with a team to talk on AVID elective. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you. Thank you for having us tonight. One of the things that we just want to showcase is what AVID has done for the students over at Butler. We do have an AVID elective that we started this past year with our 8th graders, and excited to say that we are expanding that to 7th grade next year, as well as AVID Excel for our students that are English language learners. So I want to introduce Lynn DeWalt, who is our AVID teacher, and she's going to introduce, and Lisa Zielinski, who's also trained in AVID and teaches math in the AVID team that these students go for their math. So with that, you guys can come on over here, and you can if you want to introduce the students.
Good evening. It is such an honor to be here tonight, and I am so excited that we have just finished our first year, and I'm even more excited that I was able to bring along several of my AVID elective students who have recently graduated from Butler Middle School, who will all be moving on to high school next year, AVID. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, this was our first year implementing the AVID elective at Butler. We were honored to have 27 scholars. Of those 27 scholars, we had students that were part of the dual language program. We had students that were part of the English language learning program. We had students that were part of our personalized learning program, or Quest. And we also had one student who was also part of the deaf and hard of hearing program. And as far as my part of the presentation goes, that's it. Because I know you don't want to hear from us. You want to hear from the kids. So what the kids and I decided we wanted to do is we wanted to take one of the biggest parts of AVID, and we wanted to model it for you tonight. And what we're going to have the kids do for you tonight is we are going to have them model a tutorial. And in true AVID fashion, that's what the kids are going to do. But before we do that, I'd like the kids to come forward, and I'd like them to introduce themselves to you. Come on over here.
Hi, I'm Noemi, and a student in the AVID elective.
And where are you going to be going to high school next year? North. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bella Carmona, a student in the AVID elective, and I'm going to West High School next year.
Hi, I'm Morgan Cease, and I'm just graduated from the 8th grade AVID. I'm going to North High School.
I'm Jackson Ibar, and I'm in the AVID elective, and I'm going to North High School.
I'm Nala Goodwin, and I'm going to North High School.
Yep. So as the kids get ready for their tutorials, if it's okay with you, we went through the actual AVID tutorial process.
Could you speak into the handheld microphone when you're talking away from? Yes, thank you.
So one of the... Is it on?
You're good.
Okay. So one of the things that the kids and I did tonight to prepare for this is we actually went through the process of preparing for a tutorial. One of the things that AVID does with our students is we help them really focus on how to go through the notes that they take in class and identify areas of questions that they have, to bring those to their classmates and to present their points of confusion, and have their, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, have their classmates then ask them questions to try to come up with solutions. So as the kids get ready, I'd like to show you what the kids actually generated for tonight, so that you have an idea of really what the process is all about. So a tutorial always starts with your point of confusion and a 30-second speech. So Bella, would you like to begin your 30-second speech?
So our initial question was, how does AVID's mission statement benefit students in the Waukesha School District? Vocabulary that we need to know to write our question is AVID, which is Advancement via Individual Determination, and the School Board of Waukesha, which is a group of local elected authority responsible for the provision and maintenance of schools. And what we know about AVID is that AVID is an elective class that we chose to take because we want to be better prepared for the future. And then AVID's mission is to close the achievement gap by preparing all students to succeed in education global society. And then AVID is centered around teaching students with course strategies and tutorials to help students find answers to questions. So my point of confusion, or our point of confusion, is how do students in the Waukesha School District benefit from being in the AVID elective?
All right, my amazing scholars, as she's writing up her point of confusion, would someone like to begin by asking her a question?
So, like, what is AVID and, like, what does AVID stand for?
So like AVID is like a chosen class that helps us with our future and basically helps teach us about like college and like high school and stuff and things that we need to know, skills that we need to know for like jobs and getting ready for the like things that we need like to learn for the future. And it stands for advancement via individual determination, basically like getting better, like simplified, getting better individually, independently, like helping you with for yourself and also helping others.
How has AVID helped you become a better student?
Well, AVID has taught us a lot of different skills. For example, we have our AVID binders, which help us with organizational skills. Like it's like one big binder where everything's all together. And it helps us with things like, we also do focus notes. We learn how to take focus notes. And it's helped me take focus notes because I've seen progress in the notes that I take at school.
Do you think that would be useful to write in
Thank you. Does anyone else have another question?
Yes. Can you please tell us about some of the guest speakers on the field trip?
I've had one field trip to UW Whitewater, and it helped us like kind of learn about the college experience and what it might be like when we get older. And we also learned about like getting into college and things that might help you get into college. And then we had a guest speaker, and it was actually the daughter of one of the teachers at our school, and she was a medical student, and she gave us like a little look into how it is in college and like the whole process and how difficult it might be and how like different things might be.
Can you talk about some of the team building activities we did in AVID?
So we've done a lot of team building activities that kind of help us together as an AVID family, and we work together a lot and work on collaboration, which is part of our RICOR. And one of the team building activities that we did, which was my personal favorite, was our paper chains, which we had a certain amount of time to like work together to try to make the longest chain, so that getting to know each other and getting like used to working with each other.
So Bella, as you finish writing your last notes, I'm wondering, you came to us with a point of confusion about how do students in the school district of Waukesha benefit from the AVID elective. Do you feel that the questions that your peers have asked you today have helped you answer that question? Okay, so can you summarize your steps, or can you talk about what you've come up with?
Yeah, so like basically they've helped me like understand the different skills and things that AVID has taught us and helped us improve with. So like organization, like note taking, and then getting ready to prepare for our future.
Awesome. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, team. And one last question for you, Bella. Are you looking forward to being an AVID next year as a high school student?
Yes, I'm really excited for AVID next year because I know that it can really benefit me with college.
What questions do we have of our students, if any? Mr. Baumgart.
More of a comment than a question. I like the fact that you presented what's actually going on in the classroom. I think that was a very powerful and direct way of getting us to understand what goes on in the AVID program and what benefits you get out of the AVID program. So I appreciate that very much. Board members are supposed to be careful about having favorites, and one of my favorites is AVID. And I've seen this done at the high school level, and to see it being done now at the 8th grade level was very impressive to me because you're doing the same kind of thing, working towards some of the same goals, and I appreciate that. You mentioned the organization and note-taking. How about your personal feelings about this? Have you developed any improvements in your life or anything like that? I know what I want the answer, but I'm not going to give it to you. How do you feel about yourself? Any of you?
Yeah, this can go, any of you can answer this question.
I didn't know how to take notes, and it's really helped me because teachers they look at me like shocked that I have extra Cornell note sheets, which is how AVID teaches us how to take notes, in my binder. So I pulled them out during classes like science, and especially science and math, and how to and took notes on how things work, what the lesson was. So it really helped me just study, because we also learned how to study. That's the 24 hours, 10 minutes, and 7 days. So
let me ask you another question related to that. A year ago, when you were not in AVID, would you have been able to sit there and present that to me?
Not at all.
So what happened to you in the last year? This confidence, right?
Yeah, a lot.
And I think we've seen a tremendous amount of confidence develop in the kids that have been in the AVID program, and I'm glad to see that you feel it's there too, even though I had to probe you a little bit, but that's okay. Thank you.
Ms. Voigt?
Very closely related to his comment is also a comment for myself. I have had a chance to work with the Les Paul 7th graders. And one of the things we do, if a student doesn't have a point of confusion, they present a point of confidence that a lot of times is something that another student would be having a concern about, but they understand that math concept, or they understand something that the others might be struggling with. And I think this would have been a great example of a point of confidence in terms of the example that you shared. Very nicely done.
Mr. Montejo.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So
That's
about
okay.
the point of confidence. So in the beginning of the year, since we as the year went on, all of us started making points of confidence because we weren't really learning anything new. But then our teachers in AVID told us that we weren't allowed to make points of confidence anymore if we already had made one already in the year. So then we would have to actually put time in and make a point of confusion.
Thank you. Great.
Mr. Montejo?
Made you do it.
Thank you. I have a daughter that attends your school, and I was just picturing as you guys were presenting how proud I'd be of her if she was to sit in a room like this in front of all these people and make such a presentation so clearly and to convey the message that you gave today about AVID. It's impressive. One of the life lessons I think you're learning, and probably have already learned, is you'll deal with problems throughout your life, but to clearly identify the problem, you guys call it a point of confusion, is half the battle. And then you work with your colleagues, which is your classmates, to use their collective knowledge and come with a solution. So it's a life skill that will benefit you into high school next year and throughout your life. So you should be very proud of what you've accomplished. I certainly am, of all of you, and your teachers and your principal are doing very well. So good job.
Anybody else? Mrs. Reincheck.
I just wanted to know, when you talked about confidence, why do you feel you're confident? I mean, all of you are, but why?
I feel that I'm confident, because of the AVID elective, because like in previous years I wouldn't want to like even present in front of a class, and now this year, like as soon as I heard about this presentation, I was like, I want to do that. So it just helped me with a lot of things, like being able to speak in front of people and being able to just go up and do something.
I think I could relate to her too. Me taking the microphone right now shows how much I've like really wanted to, how I really grown, how I've learned to not be afraid to talk in front of people, and I seem to be more open and less quiet on my thoughts. And during like class, I would ask questions that I really need. Like I'm wondering, when before I got scared I would be wrong, but now as I ask questions, as I present now, I notice that I wouldn't have done this a year ago. I would be just really nervous, but yeah, it's really impacted me in a great way.
So is confusion a good thing or a bad thing?
Great question.
It's a good thing because you can, it like the people, like the students, like at first, like I was embarrassed to like go up and like present because like I didn't want people to think that like I didn't know anything, but like lots of people had the same thing. So it was like good because it helps like you elaborate with other people on your same confusions, and it like just helps you like know and like.
And also, like, confusion is a good thing because you never know if somebody else in the class has the same question, and you can just be the one just to ask for you and that other person.
Good.
Yeah, confusion is a good thing. It's the first step in learning, right? I mean, when you're confused and you admit you're confused and you start to talk about it, that's that first step that you take in the learning process. So excellent job. You guys really presented yourself well tonight. Powerful example. We wish you luck as you're moving forward into high school and making that transition. Who's excited to go to high school?
Come on.
You're gonna miss me.
Well, we wish you luck and thank you for your presentation today.